pull up my notes really quick just to make sure I don't do anything. I have been away for over a week, just about, so I really haven't gotten to play much, unfortunately, but I did just do a run of each of the games. I am going to start this EarthBound Pajama percent in the next minute or so, and then I will also be running Zombies Ate My Neighbors any percent as well. So once we get that started, yo, thanks a lot. Let's go Ddog. I did PB in both games. Actually, not both games. That's wrong. I did PB in EarthBound and my zombie run. I was doing really well until the final boss, and just lost some time on that. So. I just want to double check everything really quick. Cool. Move this over. I guess I don't need to see that. Timer really quick, and here we go. On the yep is start. So basically, category states Pajama percent, and that's basically what it is. You beat the game with an SNES Pajamas. Typically, I think it's right around the 2 to 3 minute mark. You talk to your mother, as someone put in the chat before. I'm not sure if you guys saw, and she basically makes you go and change and put some normal clothes on to go outside and investigate. So basically, you will see the whole reset. There are a lot of resets. Not sure if you really paid attention too much, but in the main menu that I was kind of hovering over quite some time, there were 2 other save files, so they do come into play. There's a lot of out of bounds, there's a lot of walking around, definitely some cool fights, boss fights, and some menuing, walking around. Like I said, overall, I think it's one of the more fun runs. It's, just over an hour, so it should be good to go. So right there right away, as soon as you land off the bed, it basically then creates that first save file. There is a guide for this category in case anybody would like to learn. It is Hunter RNG made it a couple years ago. The route is still very much accurate. There are a couple changes to it. Nothing too crazy, but it's definitely the basics and kind of figuring everything out for the most part. So if you watch it with the record route by Serium, you can kind of see the little things that are different, and yeah. So like I said, the save file is basically just setting up a out of bounds glitch that allows you to basically spawn where I just died. There we go. Basically, where I'm at currently is starting the winter sequence where you get Jeff. Any percent category that's within first 10 or 15 minutes or so, depending on how everything goes up until that point. So it's basically just skipping a big chunk. You basically can just go to the final boss at the end of the game, but there are a couple of sequences or places you need to get through first, a couple mandatory things basically, and if you're not manipulating the boss, which there is no RNG manipulation in this category, there's definitely some items that come very big into play. Nope, Yep, that's correct. Ness's mom never says, get your jammies off. You never talk to her. Basically, you're going all across the map. Another heads up too with the category, turbo is allowed. There is within the, well, let's see, right around the 20-minute mark, you're fighting Starman, and that's, you know, you're all level 1, so it's quite the level up sequence there. So, and the EarthBound community ended up determining that it would just be better to allow turbo in every other category as well. That, geez, I know I'm going to be wrong, but I want to say it's probably been like 2 years close now, give or take. So it's definitely been nice a little bit. A couple other categories too. It comes into play where there's, you know, a lot of fights. So a lot big level up sequences. Just got to save the hands. Yeah, really the hopes of this, just get some, you know, more recognition for the game, obviously, and definitely the category. Like I said, this is pretty easy to get into. It's not one of the longer ones, obviously. You know, the full game is just under 4 hours. So I think it's pretty easy to pick up and learn, too. Really, the annoying part is kind of getting those save files to get set up, so... So here again, this telephone is, it's going to be my good friend for quite some time throughout this run. It allows you to get all over the map. So you saw at the beginning of the game when I did that first reset, I did the bottom save file. That is used 3 times, so I've already done it once. And then this one, geez, it's probably 6 to 7, 6 to 8, somewhere around there. So. Same thing, basically. You die on the stairs with a sunstroke, and you can basically walk wherever you want. So the audio in this is super important. Basically, everything I'm doing, most of the time the screen is kind of just all black like that. You can't see where you're going, but you know, you use audio cues, and basically what I'm going to get right now is a town map, which once I use that, it then kind of warps me into the place of where the audio is. So now that we got that, basically just going down here to die to some sharks and basically do another save out of the game, and then you go to get poo. Okay, well. There we go. So again, as soon as you save, basically just reset the game. Hop on down. This save file going out is very simple. There's really nothing to it, which is nice. The first one is a little tougher. There is a little bit of a difference come the other two. You kind of go back to back, and you kind of have to do a little extra step from when you just saw me go through that door the first time. So same thing here. I basically kind of just hold straight down and go for about a minute and wait for some audio cues. So now there's not going to be any sounds after this. And then now I'm in the desert. Basically kind of, like I said, a lot of visual things kind of as well as audio. Kind of just know where to walk from there, and here we go. Now we're in the LOM. Basically, as I stated, the first fight you really take with all the level ups, it's kind of more so playing the game to get everyone in your party, so you have, you know, kind of the best opportunity to beat the boss. There's a cool little audio, or not audio, visual. Go up as Jeff and sit down as Pooh. Basically kind of go through the sequence, and then we will kind of start the fun part once we're done with this. This is kind of, I feel a lot of games kind of just have that beginning part to the run where, you know, it's really just the setup and getting to the part where, you know, it gets a little bit more interesting, so. Yep, completely normal. There's nothing wrong with that. You just transform. Yep, this is why Jeff is the best. Because he secretly does a sequence. So like I said, turbo's allowed. I basically just have my controller sitting on the desk right now. It's pretty nice parts of this. Just turn it on all the way. I am playing on original console with the FX Pack Pro. I'm not sure. You might have caught a glimpse, and you'll see it once I switch games to. That's been great. Playing on original console is great. I do have an EarthBound cart, and I was playing, and I lost the saves, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna get this and not worry about it, because playing on original console is just so much better. I try to practice stuff on emulator here and there, and it's almost to the point where it's a waste because muscle memory, you know, is just taken away. It's also weird, like I said, I just played not too long ago, did a run earlier, and beat my previous time, so now seeing my splits, it's a little different in terms of where I'm at with everything. So now you got the whole crew. Basically, next step is to get Sunstroke. That allows you to do another out of bounds trick in a different location, essentially. Yeah, the input lag and I don't know, everything just seems different. The visuals, it really goes a long way. So same thing, kind of just visual cues, knowing where to walk, using you know, the entire party to see who's where. And there we go again. Basically, I'm pressing X to activate the town map. Kind of changes the locations, and then you're even able to walk more. So coming up here, you'll see me go into the mole cave. This will kind of come up later, kind of when I teleport out. Hopefully. Okay, so I didn't get the quick sunstroke. There's a way you could get it. Way walking down. Seems to be pretty random. You know, it is what it is. It's EarthBound. It's a game of RNG, so. There we go. It does matter, the party member as well. It's just one of those things I'll check in a second anyways. So, got it on 2 of them, which means I just gotta heal. So it's at 24, every tick is 2 health, and we're going down to 6, so I'm down to 20. So this is why the quick sunstroke really helps. It's not a matter of, you know, affecting anything. It's just more so, you know, obviously speedrunning, you want everything to be quick as possible. And, you know, it's not too big of a deal. Like I said, it doesn't affect the fact of not being able to play. So here I'm going back to the first save file that I used. And you'll see a little bit different. Obviously, I won't be going through the door this time to start the Jeff sequence, since that's already been done. So really, you get that sunstroke basically to set up a the status mark coming on a different location. So that's why that health is pretty important on why we save at 6. I know there is a little bit of leniency. I think you can do it as 4 as well, but that's also a little slower. There we go. So basically that allows you to prompt that, and here we are. Another thing, like I said, more audio cues, kind of just knowing where to walk. Pretty simple with just basic, you know, up, left, straight, right directions. And the other really cool thing to me, obviously, one of the big things everyone loves about the game, you know, is the soundtrack. So walking around all throughout the map, getting, you know, kind of all the different bits and pieces of the audio is pretty cool in my opinion. Kind of get to experience the entire walkthrough of the game in a quarter of the time. So basically what I'm doing now, I'm getting an item called the Hawkeye, which will be used to allow me to basically get through the swamp to go fight Master Barf. I did that earlier as well when I was practicing. But the item is hidden. There we go. Basically kind of use the little ladder there as a, you know, kind of piece, general idea of where to go. So it seems, you know, kind of weird that there's just items getting grabbed that you have no idea where they are, but it's actually a lot easier than it looks. That item there comes in handy to sell a couple items and get some money. So here's one of the areas that could get pretty annoying in the run. There we go. Just another one of those places where you could get spawns. You know, it's really just a matter of despawning. That's another reason why playing in console is so good. It's a lot easier to feel the lag of the enemies, so you kind of know where to walk, when to stop walking, when to head back in the correct direction. And so that's kind of how that works. But with the Sunstroke, since you kind of carry it on, the longer that takes, you know, there's times you have to re-heal and then wait again. So really, it's quite unfortunate sometimes with just the way that goes. So glad I was able to get through pretty quick there. So I'm at 10 HP. So here I'm buying an MBR for Jeff. Probably the most broken thing in the game. And then I'm getting a super bomb on Paula and Pooh. So I didn't get a tick yet, so I gotta wait 2 more before I save. So there's 1. There's the other. I'm gonna take a minute here to get this set up. First part's good. So there we go. Basically, fingers crossed on this part, Starman is probably the biggest run barrier. A lot of reset points. It kind of really determines a lot in the run. There's a lot that could go on and happen. Good or bad, really. So. There we go again with the audio cues. Kind of knowing when to change. And now we're fighting Starman. There we go. So that's pretty ideal. You're not gonna know until later on. So basically, having the teddy bear on Jeff and using the MBR, basically the multi-bottle rocket, it allows it to basically duplicate it. So I used the MBR, however, Starman hit the teddy bear and killed it. So it's something with the coding, and basically since an item is used and the teddy bear is no longer in my inventory, it basically kind of takes its place. I did have to use Pooh's bomb, but I did save Paula's, which does come in handy come the Spectre fight, since Spectre's got pretty high health. So hopefully I could get a one round on it though. I am up 12 seconds on my PB, so not too bad. Definitely got a good start. That was kind of really what my main concern with this game was in this category was, beating the boss. Like I said, it's really no big deal. It's just a time loss. You just reset, kind of go through it again, and hope you don't die there. Starman can basically use Sandstorm, and it wipes one of your party members out, and that's basically that. So, like I said, this is why Turbo is allowed, because otherwise you are mashing select L, B, and A all at the same time, and now I'm just able to sit here and hang out for a little bit, which is nice. It is about a 3-minute level up sequence, all level 1, and this is one of the last parts of the game if you're playing through it I guess saying playing through it the right way, but you play through it how you want, and this is the way I like to. So. Able to, once you drop down here, you're able to get the C pennant. So I also noticed that my mic was muted. I think I accidentally hit a button when I was splitting, but that's okay. Basically saved the rest of my time. Fight was good. Glad I got the one turn. So going to winners. Yep, I noticed that. Thanks. So kind of just teleported into where I'm at. Kind of just repositions you to get the C pennant, which is big in the Gygas fight for Paula. Nope. So here we go again, walking through. No spawn winners. Kind of just tearing straight through the game. Basically going down here to set up another... Oh, come on now. Set up another out-of-bounds save. Oh, my bad. So I actually was muted that long. Jeez. My bad. I should change that. I have my mute next too close to where I split, and I think I probably just fat fingered. But yeah, you get the Franklin badge. So you missed me talking obviously about the Spectre Fight as well. That was pretty big. in terms of getting the one turn. Exactly. It's pretty big on Gygas too. I don't really know if that's a necessary part of the game, really. I don't know if it would be worth it to not do that, because that's, you know, pretty decent chunk of time right there. So here's another place where there's no spawns. Exactly, yeah. Spectre's got 3,000 health, so that's usually pretty big. The fact that Jeff has that bottle rocket on him as soon as you get him is pretty handy, but I was able to save all that time I lost on the barf split, which I think was just due to bad teleports, to be honest. So that's where they do come into play on the precise. Okay, that's great. That's usually the first one that's annoying. Uh-oh. Okay, trap him over there. Where's this other guy at? Where are you gonna go? Where are you? Uh-oh. Well, whatever. So that's where that MBR comes in clutch, from getting the dupe on the Starman fight. You do obviously lose time. You're kind of able to identify that you're just going to take that fight right away. And it also helps with the level ups after Nightmare, which you're basically going to fight in, you know, 5 seconds after this anyway. So it's not too bad, but can you take flying? I'm not sure. Like I said, I'm. You guys probably know more about this game than me. I'm strictly. This is the route. This is what you do. This is where you go. There we go. So I saved a little bit more time. I saved 6 seconds there. So. Hopefully I could stay steady and get a good Gyga split and PB again and get a sub 106. So that would be pretty cool. The biggest time saves really at this point are getting that quick sunstroke and walking through the Sea Eden all the way, just where I was at, and not take that Kraken fight at all. I think I'm able to save like another 40 seconds or like 30 seconds, something like that, on top of what I just did, so. So now basically kind of how basically every category ends. Defeat Nightmare, get the meteorite to Cave of the Past, and Gygas is there. Yo, what's going on? Yes, that fight is definitely a lot harder. Even 90%, obviously, it's all manipulated, so it's pretty great. It's kind of where I'm at with the game, and why I run the categories I do, is there's either not a lot of RNG in them, or you're basically, you know, doing everything yourself. It's very execution-based, which is what I'm a big fan of. Especially in a game like this that I enjoy. Being able to run glitches would be so cool. I just can't. I just can't, just due to time. It's too long and to learn. I would rather kind of just grind these times down, and I've been enjoying playing other games here and there too, trying to find other games to speed run. So if anyone has any recommendations, honestly, between probably like 25 minutes to like an hour 30, really don't care about the game too much. It's more so about the category. Obviously, Super Metroid's super big. Star Fox is on there. I got a whole list of games that I just got to figure out. I go back and forth between the Donkey Kong trilogy. I learned Donkey Kong Country 2 a little bit a while ago. Never really did a run. And I was doing any percent on DKC 1. And that was quite some fun. I played that for just 3 days, honestly. But, you know, I enjoyed it for a while it lasted. So I'm back to winners. Basically, me walking over here, going through this cave, gives me the Saturn Valley teleport. So that... Oh, of course, I get a butterfly. That was... time waste? That's okay. That's just funny that that was even there. Final Fantasy IV. I was looking at one of the Final Fantasy games. I forget which one. I've never played any of them, even casually. So like I said, I gotta look around, kind of watch some more. There's a lot of games I really want to play, but they're just like a little bit too long for me, which, like I said, this is one of them. Star Fox I at least want to play through, kind of just for fun. It's kind of hard for me to play through games for fun nowadays. I don't have much patience to figure things out on my own. I just like to know what I'm doing, and that's honestly why I enjoy speedrunning so much, is because it's like I know what I need to do. Am I gonna execute with what I'm given? So the whole RNG thing kind of throws me off, but you know, there's a time and place for it. So here we go again with some more out of bounds. Oh no, that is... I was just about to use a couple life noodles. Yeah, I've looked at Super Mario 3, but it seems like everyone plays on NES. Honestly, I'm kind of trying to stick to Super Nintendo games. Just because I have, you know, the console and the FX pack, so... So here again, kind of just waiting for my skip sandwich speed to run out, wait about 8 seconds, which kind of timer comes in handy for, and then I'm back in Dark Onut, and I'm able to grab the meteorite. So here we go. Basically, it's kind of nice to wait. Spawns aren't there if you do, which kind of helps with the lag a little bit, so... So I'm going to Deep Darkness to buy. Splitting here. Didn't lose any time, that's nice. Buying the items to take down Gygus. Had a couple MBRs for Jeff, some super bombs for the rest of the party. So that's also nice with the Kraken fight. If you do get the dupe on Starman, you don't have to buy another MBR, which, you know, that is pretty minimal, but, you know, everything adds up at the end of the day, so... 3 for Ness, and then away we go. Yeah, you know, I never really thought about that in terms of how physically even able to pick it up and then just kind of carry it around with him forever on his pajamas. Just so as long as I get an alpha on Gygas, basically, that's the thing. If he hits a beta and I'm not able to get Paula's shield off in time, you know, that's kind of donezo. Like I said, in terms of the marathon, you know, it's just a reset, and you know, the run takes a little bit longer. But if it's an actual run and you're trying to get a good time, it's you know, pretty brutal. I did have a good Gygas fight in my PB though. All three of them were wiped out, basically by the end of phase 2, and my phase 3 was not that great though. Their Paula only had like 50 health and I had 3 left. Or not 3, I had 13 left. So if I got hit 2 more times, I was toast. Yeah, that's that's pretty funny. I've also see what I mean. Like you guys keep giving me stuff that I've been like, oh yeah, I guess that's true. So here we go with the final out of bounds. Basically, what that's needed for, you, you know, do not want to take any of those fights on Cave of the Past. So. There are enemies here, but they cannot get you. So, 20 seconds ahead right now. I'm really hoping I could get this. Get a 105, that would be pretty cool. I think the next time on speedrun.com is like Hunters, which is a 105.30, 30x, somewhere around there. So, like I said, there's definitely the time there. I think my world record is 103.57, and my sum of best is 104.06. So, definitely a bit of a stretch. Actually, I just saved 4 seconds, so I think my... Yep, here we go. We need the good RNG right here. There we go. We take those. So, as long as nothing else really happens, I do not want to jinx it now, but the run should be solidified. I'm hoping Jeff gets his MBR off first, and the... Nice. So now I have all the bombs basically queued, which is nice. So Ness took a hit, which is great, and then Paula has her bomb queued, and Pooh has his bomb queued as well. Okay, this might be it. Please? I don't know what I'm doing. He's so low. He's not gonna get that off, and I didn't use anything else. Oh no, he didn't. This needs a kill. Yeah, see, I was 134 HP off. So I just had some bad rolls. I should have just done that the first time, but whatever. Hopefully Ness actually doesn't live. Yeah, it's not too bad. That hurt my time. It just kind of depends on how this third phase goes. Okay, that's good. Yeah, I wish I had better teleports on the way to Master Barf. That really would, I lost 12 seconds there, and I think that's really kind of the only reason I could have lost that time, so. Not enough to kill him, but Pooh's hanging on by the thread of his teeth. Yeah, whatever. As long as Paula's not getting hit. Having to do a couple inputs for the other two aren't too big of a deal. I wish I had better time perception of the Gygas fight and kind of what the ending prayers take and how big of a difference the you know, if Paula's the only one alive or not. I just kind of know, like, the third to last. Come on, take him out right here. Ooh, 8 is fine. That's good, that's good. I mean... Jesus. Come on, pray. We need the prayers. Paula's getting tank tested right now. There we go. That's pretty funny. I'm trying to think. Yeah, so I kind of got into this game. I briefly knew about it, and I remember seeing it at one of the AGDQs, I think, like a long time ago, and watched like the first 5 minutes. That's like all I remember about the game. And I saw somebody else like play one time, and when I got around to buying, when those SNES Classics and the NES Classics came out, I was lucky and able to get them at Target. And so I played it on there, and then the whole kind of speedrun thing kind of developed from there. I'm pretty sure it was the first game. Come on now. There we go. I think it was one of the first games I ever. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was the first run I uploaded on SRC. So. Yeah, getting hit with Paula isn't too bad, but it's when she gets frozen, so you have to like re-go and do the prayer, and it kind of goes. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did too. I think I still have the save file on it. I don't know why I would have deleted it, because I think you could have four on those, the minis or the classics, whatever. Yeah, I know, right? Everything. I do the same naming sequence all the time now because, you know, it's just kind of what you have to do for any percent. Gotta get the Ddog. Gotta get the Ddog, and then the other don't matter. So it's kind of cool how that works out for me, at least with the 4-letter. So let's see. Hopefully this next part is quick, but I'm looking to be pretty good on time here. That's not what I want to see. There we go. Oh no, this is not good. My bad, I take that back. I'm not PBing here. No. That'll be super close. Nah, the D, the first D in Ddog stands for Dylan, which is my name. That was just a nickname I got in high school, and everyone just called me Dylan Dog, Ddog. I kind of just kept it around. Yeah, this is really bad. Yikes. I mean, there's not going to be any issues finishing the run, but that's sad I lost the PB to Gygus. But, you know, better than getting a beta and losing that way, so. Still won't be too bad of a time. I don't know if I had any turn skips on this either. Last prayer. There we go. That's time. Yeah, I lost 26 seconds on that fight, so pretty brutal. I would have beat my time prior to the run I just did before I hopped on here, so no, that's just what happens. Once you hit that second to last prayer, it just goes downhill. There's nothing you can do. It's how it actually looks though on the TV as well. So So yeah, that is the EarthBound Pajama percent speedrun. You know, I appreciate you guys hopping around and staying and chatting. It's definitely been fun. I am doing Zombies Ate My Neighbors right after this. Honestly, I just want to make sure I got the okay to go and do that, and run to the bathroom real quick, and I should be good to start that. That'll be around another, you know, 33, 35 minutes, hopefully. I am able to get through that, so. I know it's kind of late for some of you now, but I appreciate you staying around, like Chris said. And definitely Zombies Ate My Neighbors, another great game. Growing up, that was one of those kind of childhood games that I was not able to get past level 20, so. and so it's kind of funny now. Also, it's one of those games that I just don't understand how, unless you know what you're doing, how you can beat it. So. But yeah, like I said, that's EarthBound. That's Pajama percent. Please check it out. If you have any interest in running, feel free to message me. There is a guide by Hunter. He goes pretty in depth with everything. It's really great. I'm trying to think. I think I know there is a Google Doc as well, kind of typed up on speedrun.com that has everything. So the resources are there. Like I said, it's really not that hard of a category in my opinion. A couple tricks that make it a little tricky, but you know they're fun. It's you know, you're not asking for a lot. Yeah, we had it at my family campsite, so that was kind of one of the things me and my cousins would always play. And like I said, we would be lucky if we got to level 20, which is snakeoids, and beating it was something that was never done. So I saved the world. Cool. You definitely should. Like I said, the fact it's just over an hour, it's really not that hard. The resources are there. The Google Doc is there. You know, it's got that good mix of RNG and not being so RNG heavy. There's a lot of areas where you don't have to walk through spawns, so looks less frustrating than jamming. Yep, debug I want to just try to do. I've never taken the time. I have enough controllers to do it, so any percent is awesome. I love it. It's probably my favorite category, but it is frustrating. And like I said, it's the execution thing for me. That's why I enjoy it so much. Out of Bounds seemed pretty cool. Photo percent seems cool, but there's so many cliff skips and Out of Bounds, and that's kind of what steers me away from any percent, honestly. So I think I might stick with this. It's pretty fresh. I don't got much going on outside in terms of not being able to have enough time to play. Actually, I take that back. I'm going to be gone for 10 days next week, so might just hang out, play what I can in the meantime, do what I can. Yeah, exactly. Glitchless. I wish it was. I wish it was a little shorter, but I know I'll get around to it at some point, but not anytime soon. And that's that. I honestly don't even go to this point in the game. Nessus is still in his pajamas, just cooling. I don't even have the on-it teleport, so I can't go back, but... So yeah, like I said, that's that. Let me get Zombies Ate My Neighbor set up really quick. And then